Hey guys, what's up? It's your boy Zelnia here with another Honkai Star Rail video today. And I'm laughing right off the gate. One of my boys in Discord's like, man, you gotta get on the leaks ready. Version 5's out. And the changes are, and they made some changes that are hilarious. So we're gonna talk about it. We got version 5. With updates to Fugue Sunday. We're gonna talk about both of them in this video. So let's go ahead and get right into it here. So here's the update summary. It's about 15 hours ago. So let's see, we got Fugue change here. What we got? Allied target with faction prayer increases the break effect. Okay, so they just lowered the break effect boost by 30%. I mean by 10% down to 30%. What? What's this supposed to do? That means nothing. You could have kept that. Break effect buff too strong. I mean, she's still double stacks. Where's that talent at? No, not talent. This shit right here. She's still double stacking break effect. She's still double stacking break effect. He don't even matter anymore. I mean, like, it's 10%. I can understand if it was like, I can understand if it was like a 20% nerf, then like maybe there'll be grounds for like, why are we doing this? But still, why are we doing this? It's only 10%. This changes nothing. All right. Okay, so this is her trace 3. All right, so let's see. Okay, modifier went down from 8% to 6. Man, reading is hard today. If Fugue's break effect is 220 or more, the break effect boost additionally increases by, they dropped that modifier down to 12. Last week, 2 turns. It's still double stacks. And 220% break effect. So, let's pull out our favorite tool here. So, we're already getting 24% break effect from this. Her light cone gives 60. So that's already 80. That's already 84, right? And then trace 2 increases break effect by 30. So that's 100. That's 114. And then if we apply, let's pull up, let's pull Honey Hunter real quick. So keep in mind we're at 114 so far, right? Okay, so let's just pull up like any ornament because it doesn't really matter. Link rope 5-star. So 64%. Let's go pull out our calculator real quick. So we were at what, 114? 114 plus 64.8. That's 178.8. So let's see, minus 220. That means we need 41.2% break effect. Okay, bet. Since we already know, we're running Iron Cavalry for sure. That's another 16. So we add 16. Now we need 20. Now we need 25% break effect. Right? We can get 25% out of substats. We haven't even factored in substats. So like we're excuse me. We're already almost there. 25.2% break effect out of substats. Yeah, okay. This is even more free than before. I mean, like even needing the extra 30. I mean, I guess this is a good thing anyway, because you don't necessarily have to like min-max the substats on the break effect. Considering like if you roll, like the way I look at it like this, when you're aiming for certain stats, like certain percentage stats, if you roll at least 18 to 20% on one relic, I typically count that as two relics rolled. Like, so one relic roll per 10%. So cause like my average rolls on the low end are like 11 to 16, and then like my better high end rolls are anywhere from 18% to 24. And if I happen to roll higher than 24, then that's just like a god roll to me. That's just a god roll for me. So yeah, but to the point, this is just easy. This is easier to roll. I mean, this changes nothing either, because let's see, we're from a total of 24% double stacking to 48. Now, keep in mind, she doesn't get this buff herself. Everyone else is getting this buff. So we go from 24 double stacking to 48 to 18 double stacking to 36. So we're only losing 12% break effect out of this. Again, this doesn't really change anything. They could have just made this change and called it a day. I'm not exactly getting the logic in the nerfs being this low. And let's see, E6. This seems like just a reword. Yeah. While Fugue isn't under the Tor scorch state, Proxy and Prayer takes effect for all allies. Okay, they just said takes effect to will take effect on all allies. Honestly, this is a better worded effect, because before it was if one ally had Foxy and Prayer, then the whole party has Foxy and Prayer. But it sounds better to word it as when Fugue is under her Taurus Scorch state, because she goes into that state after giving an ally Foxy and Prayer. Then while she's in Taurus Scorch state, then the whole party it has Foxy and Prayer. So like that's just better wording. But like overall, I mean, these don't really change anything at the end of the day. Is that it for her? Okay, we're going to Sunday. I mean, she's still incredibly strong form, right? Like the only thing that like I like halfway agree on what some people have been saying, and the discussions I've been having on Discord with some people, is that maybe they can add something to her ult, because all her ult does is it's just damage, but has rainbow toughness. I mean, the rainbow toughness in itself is already like really powerful. So like we can't act like this doesn't matter. We can't act like this doesn't matter, especially when it's rainbow toughness at 100% efficiency. Because you know, you tend to see effects like this that have like a reduced efficiency. So like let's go let's pull up like where is it at? When she's in her complete combustion state. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, she gets rainbow toughness while she's in her complete combustion state, right? But it's only at 55% efficiency, rather than be 100% efficiency. I mean it makes sense in that regard, since she has fire implant. So it's more like this is just to help help her break faster. But you know, like to the point. No, this is at 55% efficiency, whereas like this ult is at 100% efficiency for rainbow toughness. Like, let's not act like this isn't something. But like maybe adding some kind of debuff to this would make it somewhat better. I mean, I don't necessarily think it's bad, but like I do agree with the notion that this ult is rather plain because it's really just like it's just like an AoE attack with rainbow toughness. But like the point is this is supposed to help get us to breaking enemies. I've seen some people saying it might be a thing. If they added maybe if they maybe added like refreshing her like exo toughness mechanic. That might be cool. We'll see though, because I'm pretty sure like once we get to this part and we're just like breaking enemies for days, the fight should be just like ending at that point. Like we should just be doing some insane break damage at that point. Like it just really doesn't matter anymore. I mean, this isn't like this even without refreshing the exo toughness. I mean, look, when we have Firefly and especially Boot Hill, like Boot Hill just says, I don't care what the enemy got going on. I'm just inflicting break damage for days. Like I love that fucking trick shot. That trick shot's so damn good. I need Boot Hill, by the way. But yeah, these like the nerfs don't really change this character's performance much. Like she's still basically premium hat trailblazer. She's still basically premium hat trailblazer. Like the easing up on the break effect stat check is nice. I mean, we're not going to say no to that. So, I mean, damn, 14 speed too, 116, and with a speed shoe, that's 131. That's like right under the 134 threshold. All she needs is 3 more speed. Although I don't know, do we really put a speed shoe on her? I guess. Energy regen rate. I don't know. Okay, so it depends on what your if you roll like the main relics first before rolling the ornaments. I can only see energy regeneration rate being the thing if your substats like roll rather nice. And when I say rather nice, I mean like 15% or 20% per relic. Because if you're not using that if you're not using the 64.8% from the roll, then you have to roll really high break effect stats for this. Because what did I say we were at? It was 114 between this and her Lycon, right? It was this and her Lycon that had her at 114, and then it was the break rope that gave us more flexibility for the substat. It gives us an easier threshold to hit for the substats. I don't know if we're using the effect hit rate body. I don't know about looking for effect hit rate on substats. Maybe attack. I'd probably take like defense, especially if we're saying roll HP or roll defense orb and look for like HP sub. Give her a little bit of survivability. Yeah, I agree with all this. This is fine. Although, like taking advantage of this effect here, um, this could be one way to compensate for not using an energy rope. But keep in mind, like the consistency of this is going to depend on the enemies in the comp really, because the only real way you take advantage of this consistently is if she's on Firefly's team, because there's no other source of implant. I mean, you're not running her on any team that you're not running Solo Wolf with her. Well, let me think. I mean, we're talking ideal comps, because I mean you could make up a comp with Silver Wolf, but no, we're talking about ideal break comps here. Like using this consistently will require Firefly. I think this wouldn't be bad. This definitely isn't a bad second, just to get Foxy and Prayer on someone like right then and there at the beginning. Wait, where's speed was just 120. I mean, she's already at 131 with a speed shoe. Yeah, she's already 131 with a speed shoe, and it gives her a bit of energy regen. So, oh yeah, Talia's the thing too as well, giving her more break effect. Let's see, 145 speed. You gotta roll. You gotta roll some rather. Well, let me think. What do we say? We said 131 speed. So you gotta roll 14 more speed in subs for this to work out. Honestly, well, I would say here's all of this. All of this would depend on what your main relics roll. Yeah, I would say roll main relics first, and then like whatever your main relics roll, then like roll whatever you need out of here. That would be the best way to do it. Because it's like some characters you can roll like it's easier. It's easy to just roll the ornaments and then worry about rolling the relics. But see, when you're talking about abilities like this, then we have to worry. We have to put more priority on what these roll. Watchmaker. Oat's not a buff though. I don't know if do we recommend watchmakers at I mean, we could. I mean, if you want to do like 2-piece hybrid with like Iron Cavalry or Thief, for 32% break effect, but then like you would be better off just rolling 4-piece Thief. 4-piece Thief might be a way to go too. If you want energy efficiency and an easier leniency on break effect stat rolling, then we definitely would choose Thief over Iron Cavalry. If you want if you want to focus on her break damage potency, then obviously we roll Iron Cavalry. It's funny how Thief is still so good nowadays because of the break meta, and this was this is a year 1 relic set. Yeah, I don't know about Watchmaker. Maybe only for the 2-piece effect, but that's it. But yeah, the changes they made don't change anything really. Like this is our final piece to the break meta. So, you know, honestly, you take that as you will. I'm pulling for her. Like I said, these nerfs mean nothing. At the end of the day. So like how do you guys feel about these changes they made? Like I just don't see yeah. I just don't see that much of a drop. I don't see a significant enough drop in performance to really be concerned. Yeah. And so let me know what you guys think. We'll talk about that in the comments. I've been really enjoying the comments of these videos. Like you guys have been making some really good points that I definitely agree with. So yeah, let's go ahead and keep that train going. All right, let's go ahead and look at Sunday. All right, Sunday. What we got for you? That's a reword. Okay, so we dropped the damage boost from 40% to 30%. I mean, okay. If the target has a summon, addition increases the damage boost effect by 50% for lasting for 2 turns. Oh, okay. You know what? This isn't as bad as it sounds, but I see what they want they're aiming to do here. Like, although honestly, if you really wanted to get the point across, I mean, I was about to say you should have nerfed the first boost harder. Like, because I see what they did. They took 10% off of the first boost and added it onto the summon boost. The summon specific boost. That's what they did. Like they're trying to pivot Sunday further towards being a summon support, which is like cool and all, but I mean, you guys gave him a double stacking effect. Like, come on now. There's no way, because if the harder you nerf this, the more you have to buff this. Because that's sort of like how this symbiotic circle works. If you you nerf this, you have to buff this. So 30%, I mean, that's still like this doesn't really change much either, because look, he still E's for free. After you use a skill and the beautified recover 1 skill point, he still E's for free. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, like this is what makes this ability even more busted right here. He just E's for free as long as he's using E on the buff, or whoever he gave the ult buff to. I mean, but obviously that's what you're gonna be using E on, so it doesn't really matter. He still E's for free. This is irrelevant. Yeah, because at the end of the day, because look, the damage ratio was still the same. It was because of the 40-40. I mean, I guess no, they want him to be less potent with DPS, with non-summon DPS units, but like it still doesn't really matter. Like if you wanted this to hold more weight, you would have dropped this further. Like if you wanted to hammer the point harder, you would have dropped this further. Like dropping this to 20% would have gotten the point across. Dropping this to 20% would have gotten the point across, because then we could start. I mean, we really aren't starting anything with Sunday. Still power creeps Harmony as a whole. Like Sunday still power creeps Harmony as a whole. You know, even if we could say, oh, Bronya and Sparkle would have now have stronger impacts with their E, because Bronya's E is like 66% damage boost, and Sparkle is a crit damage boost on E. Yeah, I mean, but Sunday still eats for free. Like that's all I'm gonna say. Uh, all right, let's look at E1. When Sunday uses skill. Okay, so they dropped the defense ignore by 4%. Like 4% just doesn't seem that significant of a drop. Like, why are these drops like between like the Fugue drops and this? It's like, why are these drops so small? Like, if you really wanted to just nerf the hell out of this, you would have just dropped this to you would have just cut this in half, dropped it to 10%. 16 is still relatively decent. I mean, we're talking about teams we're running him on like uh where are they at? Like no, we're talking about running him on teams with like Topaz, Genuine, because both of these get buffed by Sunday immensely. Like like Genuine has his place as a DPS. No, Topaz always had a place, but like her her main DPS potency was kind of like like she was more of like a supplementary core piece to follow up attack strats, right? But like nah, Sunday turns Topaz into a legitimate DPS, a legitimate main DPS. So it's like no, that's not here nor there. So giving Topaz just that little bit of extra damage is already going a long way. And then of course giving Numby or Lightning Lord the 40%, like that's huge. But then like let's talk D Hill is a powerhouse. Like he's just raw ass damage. Um, and then keep in mind this E6 effect right here. Oh, no, he has this imaginary res pin boost. You know, when someone else uses their ult. Um, it's like my girl has E6 S5 like D Hill. You know, he's still so dominant, and giving him like this 16% defense ignore on top of him having his res pin ability at E6, and then who else we running on D Hill team at this point? I mean you have adventuring for sustain. Um, I mean, you could still run Yukon. Like, I don't know. I don't think we're running Yukon anymore. Um, I mean, I think we're just running food. I think we're just not running like Sunday Fugue and adventuring. Yeah, Sunday Fugue and adventuring. That sounds about right to me. Shoot. That definitely sounds about right to me. Like giving D Hill rainbow toughness from Fugue, boy. I'm telling you, like like D Hill gonna be punching even harder. So like this is still this nerf means nothing. Oh, we got light cone change. Okay, this is what Fugue is like, huh? Uh, so they just nerfed the break damage vulnerability from the charring state to 4.5, 1.5. Oh, okay, I see. I guess what they did was they just rearranged the multipliers to get to 30. Let's see. 2.5, 2.5, 2.5, 2.5. So now it's 3, 3, 3, 3. Okay, we're not dealing with decimals. We're not dealing with a decimal modifier anymore. We're just dealing with a solid 3% versus 2.5. In a way, this isn't so much of a nerf as it's just like it's rebalancing the stat modification on dupes, because we still end up at 30 at the end of the day. So again, this changes nothing. Was that it? Okay, I guess that was it. Yeah. These nerfs, like these changes don't really do anything. Like Fugue's 220 stat check now for the break effect boost is that was fine. Y'all could have left the nerfs alone. Like the thing is, in order for a nerf to be significant, you have to nerf so hard that like now there has to be some form of compensation on the player's part to make up for the nerf. Like this isn't significant enough for that. Because if anything, this just makes it easier for us to get this off. So this kind of zeroes itself out. Like this is a nerf, obviously, but this is a significant buff. And like this is an insignificant nerf, but this is a significant buff. So like this still is more leaning towards buff than nerf. And then like this right here, because think about who we'd give the Foxy and Prayer buff to, right? It's funny because like the more we've been deliberating about this on Discord, like the more it just seems like it's just stronger to give. Okay, if you're running Linksha on team, it just seems like giving it to Linksha is the move. Which, by the way, Linksha is about to be crazy next patch. I promise you. Like, don't let people tell you otherwise. Linksha is about to be crazy next patch, and these two are going to be the reason why. Like, my face when you put her on comp with Sunday Fugue and like either Ruame or Michael Jackson over here, and you just turned her into a legitimate fire DPS. it's think about it. Like Fugue gives Linksha rainbow toughness, and what people already seem to overlook. She has a summon. Like she has a summon. Sunday Ease for free, and he gives a damage. He's giving this damage boost on top of Fugue giving rainbow toughness and break effect support. She's going to be going in with super break. Her super break potency just skyrocketed. Her super break potency just straight up skyrocketed. Because like let's not forget, Fugue's talent converts toughness reduction into super break at 100% efficiency. And Lingsha's got some really strong has really strong toughness potency. I mean, hell, if you wanted to amplify that, we could instead of Michael Jackson, we put Ruame up on comp just for the weakness break efficiency bonus. Like we could do that too, just to make the super break hit even harder. Like Lincia's about to be crazy, and a lot of people are sleeping on this potency. Like I'm telling you, do not. I'm doing it. I'm doing it next patch. I am going to be uploading videos of Lincia just dominating, and it's going to be because of these two. It's going to be because of these two. Like that's like these so-called nerfs change nothing. These two are still busted. They're still busted. And you know, it puts and I'm actually going to make a separate video about this because like we've come to the realization that like we realized something about Acheron and like Fugue has something to do with it. But like suddenly Acheron's rerun makes a whole lot more sense in terms of its timing, but we're going to talk about that in a different video. So what do you guys think about the 2.7 version 5 changes? I'm just gonna say it again. These changes, they change nothing. Sunday still doing Sunday things, okay? Like these change nothing at the end of the day. Like Fugue Race, this is great. This is great. We're not gonna act like this isn't great, but like this still means nothing. So at the end of the day, her performance is still practically the same as it has always been. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.